Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel, and if you are watching this, it means that we are officially on autopilot mode because right now I'm on my way to Tampa to partake in the Metrocon anime convention as I do every single summer and have done so for a lot of years that I'm not going to do the math on right now. Point is, I'm super excited to be there again. There's just always something magical about Metrocon. Not to mention, I want to see all my con friends again. But aside from all of that, I want you to know what Metrocon is all about so you understand why I am going. Now, if you're a longtime follower of the channel, you know this song and dance already. This is an incredible place that does incredible things. It's way different than your standard convention because they do a lot of things themselves instead of relying on guests to provide the content for them. That said, they are presenting the best of both worlds this year because guest-wise, this is as loaded as Metrocon has ever been. So, I just want to take you through exactly what you get out of this. So, for those who have not been there yet, and for those who are going to be in the Tampa area at the end of the month, July 31st through August 2nd, you can buy tickets at the door. You can still order them online, last I checked, so you're good no matter how you want to do this. So, yeah, you can see we got a lot of stuff. So let me go into just like the shows and events, because that's the big deal here. So, if you have not heard the explanation, if you don't know what this con is, there are a lot of shows that are put on by the staff themselves. They don't hire in. Well, there's one. There's one where they hire people in. But for the most part, they don't hire people in for their own homegrown shows. They do things themselves. They choreograph and script and do things live on stage. And it's kind of insane. So, for instance, here's the Masquerade. The Masquerade is an event where they do a performance on stage, but they will periodically stop so that there can be dance sequences for everybody in the crowd. And the performers on stage will come down and actually participate in the dances with everybody else. They'll interact in character with everybody. Yeah, and it's delightful chaos. But the Masquerade always revolves around a little bit of comedy and a little bit of romance to its stories. So it provides a very different vibe than you normally get out of a lot of these shows that they do. There is a bit of a dress code. They do want you to either be, somewhat dressed up or at least in cosplay. Because they don't want to break the immersion. They want it to be a more immersive event where you kind of feel like you are in that vibe the whole time. Now, every show has its own themes. So this one is themed after treasure hunts, meaning we have a lot of interesting character choices. Millie and Moxie are interesting because Metrocon is PG, is a PG-13 con. These two are not PG-13. But yeah, typically it's an anime convention, but they do allow for a little bit of Western animation here and there. See, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with a lot of characters myself, because I've been so far out of anime. I know Dr. Eggman, though. Super curious why he is involved in this storyline about treasure hunting. There's my interest. I love Freerun. It's one of the few animes I've actually been able to watch lately, and yeah, absolutely love it. Great to see that Fern's going to be in the show. The Ice King from Adventure Time is going to be in it. And then a cast of characters I'm not familiar with. I'm a heathen, I know. I know, it's terrible of me. But the Masquerade is a lot of fun. Especially, because it's on Friday of the first con day, it's like a 3-hour show where you can get up and dance if you want to, or you can just sit and vibe with the music and hang out with people. So if you're exhausted from an entire day of running around a convention hall, this is nice chill. You can just sit and listen to music and watch the performance on stage if you want to. The fire show is their big thing. Like every year the fire show is insane. Yeah, so this is live practice. This is like a live real fire show. They don't hire people in for this. They are fully trained to do it themselves. You will see fire breathing. You will see fire being twirled, spun, flaming swords. I've seen flaming whips. It's incredible. I have a bunch of friends who perform in this, and I have no idea how they've managed to not set themselves on fire. But they're all incredibly talented people that do a lot of work to make sure that these shows go off without a hitch. This year, you're looking at Elden Ring. Again, I'm not really into Elden Ring per se, but mood-wise, atmosphere-wise, this is going to be a fascinating show. This one's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch. Dream Fight. Okay, so Metrocon used to be known for the human anime combat chess match, where you could see dream matches between your favorite video game and anime characters happening live on stage. So they've redone the format. So it is no longer a chess match, which is restricted to rules, and there's big gaps in between fights where, you know, they're playing chess, which is not the most engaging. Here, they have redone it so that they are telling a full story while they are performing the combat, and they basically just get to do whatever format and style they want. So we aren't focused so much on the chess match rules anymore as much as we are telling a story and showing some fights between characters who would otherwise never encounter each other. This year's Dream Fight throws a lot of things together. Some Jujutsu Kaisen I recognize, some K-pop Demon Hunters I recognize. Hell on Earth is an interesting name for a theme. I will take you through the slides of the characters so you yourself can identify them. Again, I have not been able to follow anime enough lately to really identify here. That's a really tiny picture of the K-pop Demon Hunters. There's only some characters in here in particular that I'm like, oh, them, I know them. I get excited to see them in combat. But for me personally, it's because I've known so many of the performers for so long, I really don't care who they're performing. I want to see my friends performing on stage. I want to see how good they have gotten at what they're doing. And they usually ramp up production on this every year. Like every year, the costumes get better, like the fights get more involved. It's fantastic. And then there is the one show they hire people in. That is Kaiju Big Battel. It is pro wrestling with ridiculous giant monsters, the kind that Rita would have made to fight the Power Rangers if she had just, like, I don't know, like tripped on mushrooms the day before. And it's genuinely one of my favorite things ever. it's incredible. They'll put cardboard buildings in the ring, so you're supposed to pretend like these are giants in this like shrunken down viewpoint on that is the wrestling ring. Oh no, is fantastic. This year's theme is International Incident. I have no idea what that means, but we do get an idea of who is there. It's going to be some of the usuals. Cube is always at every show, but Unicorn Party has been a regular at Metrocon. And then we have Burger Bear, who is always a crowd favorite. Every now and then they sneak in some of my favorites too. We got Steam Powered Tentacle Boulder last year. We've gotten Faden a couple times. Faden from Glios, for those in my audience who remembers Glios. Yeah, they do, like I said, like the live stuff is incredible. But let's take a look at the guests this year. So there's the usual convention stuff. People can apply to host panels, which have all manner of themes. You can have, there's times for autograph signings. There are times for panels for the guests, obviously. There's a live, hang on. Let's see. Let me get into some of this. So they set up a live arcade. They set up a live arcade for you to go and to play at, and there's usually video game tournaments the entire weekend. There's I don't know if they're doing it this year, but is there a live LARP this year? Not seeing it this year. Okay, some years they do a live LARP. I'm not seeing it this time. Let's see what we have here going here. So tabletop and card gaming. There's always this huge area for they usually set aside 2 or 3 rooms just for if you want to get together, play D&D with your con friends, sit down and like bang out a couple games of Magic the Gathering. They got plenty of space for that, and there's plenty of board games to buy there too if you want to do that. Okay, yes, we do have the dungeon crawl. You can LARP. They actually build a maze and populate it with enemies that you can LARP fight through. It's amazing. Now, I haven't really gotten to do it personally. I have gotten to film someone going through it, but that's about it. So you can go off and do all that too. Oh, I also know, because I love noting this, they do other things. There's a maid cafe. There is a manga library that you can also go check out. My favorite thing that they put in there is a quiet room. It's usually on the far end of the convention hall. There are no noisy things going on around it. It's usually in the same area as the manga library and the gaming rooms, where things are usually a lot calmer. If you're just overstimulated and you just need a break away from everything without having to go all the way back to your room at the convention, at the hotel, you can just hang out in this room, let the vibe calm down, and then rejoin the con when you're ready. It's a wonderful thing to think of and include. Now, let's see who is there. Now, there is a gigantic vendor hall. And it's a lot of Artist Alley people. There's a lot of traveling, like, figurine and toy sellers. For my people, I will warn you, the Transformer representation has been extraordinarily low in recent years, but the Tokusatsu representation has been going up. And with Zets having made Kamen Rider far more aware to a general anime public in America, I would kind of expect to see quite a bit of Tokusatsu this year. Now, let me show you the guests this year. Again, because I've been out of it for so long, I don't really know a lot of these guests, but there are a few names that I do recognize. So Anjali here is in Witch Hat Atelier, which is very Owl House coded, and I really do want to see that. We have, they did focus on a lot on Dan-to-Dan characters and VAs that are going to be there. Let's see, Damian Haas, who is taking over Scott McNeil's role in the new Ranma. We have Ryuko from Erica Mendez is fantastic. That's a really cool one to get. Not only Ryuko from Kill la Kill, which I love, but also Retsuko, which is okay. So she's actually a really cool guest to get. See, Joshua Waters, who I've heard a lot of things. Jonah Scott, who's been in a bunch of things lately. Yeah, again, I'm skipping by a couple in particular that I'm like super excited for. The ones I'm excited most for are Lizzie Freeman and Alex Rochon. Pomni and Kane from Digital Circus. I am super excited for them. I'm scared to death. I haven't had time to finalize my schedule. I'm scared to death that the stuff I have to do for my press is going to be opposite of the Digital Circus panel that those two will inevitably do. So I'm a little bit worried about that. But for the most part, like, yeah, it is a great guest list. And I will say this. Yeah, I'm super behind on anime. I'm super behind on current voice actors. But the staff from Metrocon are usually really, really good at reading a room and vibe checking the guests that they get. The ones that they generally pull in are usually chill, very relaxed, very engaging with fans. They are very positive people to get. They're usually really, really good about sniffing out someone who has been problematic at other cons. So, yeah, I would like they usually get the kind of guests who would be fun to go listen to the panel on, even if you don't know what they've done. Because every VA has great stories. Every VA has their own entertainment vibe to them. Yeah, I mean, it's, and it's one of those things where, like, if I sit down and watch a panel of this, I know I'm going to go home with, like, 4 or 5 different animes that I have to go home and find some kind of time to actually watch. But no, it is a great guest list this year. They have a lot of professional cosplayers coming in too. They're also doing cosplay contests for the weekend. There'll be a huge thing on Sunday to show off the best and give out awards. And and then that's another thing. Like the cosplay game at Metro is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. We have entertainment guest Caleb's back. Caleb took a couple years away from Metro, but good to see him back. I'm really looking forward to the concert that he will be putting on. It's always nice to see Caleb and be able to catch up a little bit. Wait till he always like freaks out when I tell him how many days in a row I've done my content. Wait till he finds out it's almost up to 1,800. Oh, that'll be interesting. There's also content creator partners there too. Now, and I will admit, I probably could have gone in on this, but I like being press. I like being press at Metrocon. So that is a lot of it. So yeah, like I said, like there's a ton of stuff to do all weekend, and this doesn't even include all of the fan-made panels that will also be going on all weekend. There's usually like 6 or 7 panel rooms just for things that other fans want to come in and do. You'll also get autographs all weekend. VTuber meet and greets is actually something cool too. Hey, I get to meet some fellow VTubers apparently. Okay, yeah. So this is cool. This will be cool just to kind of trade notes and just, get to know a few others. Man, they bringing in a lot. Oh my god. Hang on. I know Pumpkin. I've streamed with Pumpkin before on Red Claw's collab. Okay, that'll be hysterical. Oh, that'll actually be hysterical. Okay, well now I know who I gotta run into. Now I know who I gotta actually meet while I'm there. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, this just got a lot more fun. This just got a lot more fun for me. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there because it's basically just me telling you what the vacation's going to be like. But if it sounds interesting to you, if you are in driving distance of Tampa next weekend, it's worth the trip. It's a fantastic show. So there you go. That is Metrocon. I am super excited for it, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you all for watching. If you're going to go to the con, I will see you there. You'll see me in my usual black and red logo shirts. You might see the Magnetar shirt. I'm spottable. We'll put it that way. But until then, for those who aren't going, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.